And we'll be talking about the Trial Master File, TMF, and that as it relates to clinical data systems that are regulated by FDA. We'll first discuss what we mean by the Trial Master File and the Electronic Trial Master File, the eTMF. We'll talk about clinical trial essential documents, those that are collected before the trial commences, during conduct of the trial, and after conduct of the trial. And then finally, we'll recap and have a Q&A session. So let's begin. So what is the Trial Master File, or TMF? It's a collection of documents and other artifacts. So it could be any type of document or image or other type of artifact that's related to a particular human clinical trial. These are studies that are conducted under the oversight of FDA, conducted by companies that are trying to bring products to market. The TMF documents, individually and collectively, allow the people that are looking at this trial to evaluate how well the trial has been conducted, and they also are able to ascertain the quality of the data produced during the trial. And these are typically doctor-patient visits, case report forms, lab results, many other types of things that are collected. The documents demonstrate the compliance of the investigator, the sponsor, and the monitor, and all within the standards of good clinical practice, or GCPs. These are predicate rules for FDA, and also any other applicable regulatory requirements. Now, the TMF can be either paper-based or electronic in format, or it could be some combination, a hybrid type system. There's a large volume of paper, a large number of electronic files that are related to most clinical trials, and the size and volume is proportional to the size and complexity of the actual trial. TMF is built throughout the trial. It's maintained for a certain period after the trial and must be available for inspection in accordance with GCPs and with any other local regulations. The content will differ depending on the sponsor, and it creates a high degree of variability and inconsistency in what that content will be. In the European Union, the regulatory requirements for trial master files are different than what's defined in the US. The EU requires TMF to include those documents that show whether the investigator and the sponsor both complied with good clinical practice and applicable requirements. Now, the US FDA requirements are a little different. Like the European Union, the US FDA recognizes the value of TMFs as information contributed to the ability to look at a trial and see how well it was conducted and look at the quality of the data. But unlike the European Union, the US FDA does not have a formal requirement for maintaining essential documents for a human clinical trial in the US Code of Federal Regulations. So it's not in the US Code. The FDA does require trials to meet the International Conference on Harmonization, or ICH, good clinical practice requirements. This means that there's an expectation the trial master file will be created and will be maintained accordingly.